behind the glass. This show is dedicated to helping you make the best beer possible. So strap in and hold on to your mash tuns. We're Homebrew Bound. Welcome to Homebrew Bound. I'm Casey.
And I'm Miles.
This is the best beer show on the internet,
according to our mothers.
And we're live streaming over on Wood McFly's channel.
Wood McFly.
Your microphone is not on, so go ahead and turn that on. There you go.
It's the switch. You push it up.
There you go.
I know. Hello. Welcome.
Now you can
We're
reintroduce
kind of
yourself.
doing a little bit of a stream today on Casey's and Blind Ninja Studios Homebrew Bound. So
yeah,
enjoy. We're talking about double IPAs and
Yeah.
IPAs and IIPAs, and
we have a lot of double IPAs.
Yeah.
One sent in from a listener. You have one from a
sent in
viewer.
From a viewer. Yep.
And then we have one that we picked up that should be available for pretty much everybody. And so we're going to dive into the double IPA style and kind of talk about the differences that you can find.
Sweet. Well, you guys get started. I'm
right.
excited to try that.
Yeah. So the first one that we're going to try here is Citra Splendor from Manor Hill Brewing out of Maryland. This was sent in by listener Nikki B. So thank you for this. She says this is her favorite beer from this brewery, and like they're fairly new from what I've read.
It's like mid to East Coast.
Yeah. So this one is 8.3%. I'll read the description here as soon as we get some pours out. Got some Tikus going on.
Well, first of all, it smells fantastic. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, just smelling it from over here.
It's got a twang to it. It's like a citrus tang. It's fantastic so far.
So this is Welcome to the World of Bright Citrus and Tropical Fruit Forward IPAs. This divinely hoppy brew will clock in at 83 IBUs and will pour a hazy golden color with a big white head. Aromas of lemon peel, tangerine, and passion fruit come through on the nose with some dank undertones. The flavor profile begins with an intense hop bitterness that is complemented by slightly sweet caramel malt in the finish. 1 second, I'm gonna grab a quick photo.
Yeah, it's definitely, there is a very high intense citric, almost lemon peel in the nose.
The savory citric qualities, the definite lemon peel is there. I almost get some of the tangerine peel, some of the grind qualities. Nice. It's fantastic.
Just a ton of orange. Just orange peel, lemon. Oh man, just.
And you can actually pick up a touch of alcohol. I think
in the aroma.
There's
that slight alcohol burn in the nose, but it's so slight. If you weren't looking for it.
Yeah. Citrus is such a versatile and interesting hop that you can pick up so many. Some of them are just straight up juice bombs like mango and pineapple, and then this one's all the orange and all the the
finish is very dry. It's got a nice kind of lingering quality to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, number one point here. Dry. It's dry. We're good.
It's dry as F. Wow.
I don't want to stop drinking it. It's
so that little description you gave, I don't exactly get the caramel notes on the end.
I do a little bit. There's a little bit of sweetness on the back end.
Really, actually, kind of earthy, dank, and slightly herbaceous, like a basil note.
That's a $10.
There's a straight up basil note at the end, and you get that with Citra here and there.
But otherwise, that description
haze wise, you can't see through it, which is what I expect from breweries on that side of the country right now.
I pick up a good amount of alcohol presence. It's not well hidden.
I don't get a lot of booze.
I don't either.
Although I should say, and people have watched any of my videos in the last 10, I am picking up alcohol a little bit more so than a lot of people lately for whatever reason.
Okay.
Probably just need a palate break.
It doesn't quite taste 8% to me. It tastes more like 6. If somebody sat this in front of me, I could drink a pint of this and then stand up and be like, oops.
Yeah, totally. I do agree there.
No, I don't know. I find there's a certain kind of resiny quality that I find comes along with really hoppy, also high alcoholic beers. and this kind of placates towards that particular quality.
Sure.
For that reason, I might have guessed that it was higher.
It feels higher to me. I feel a warmth when I swallow. I feel like I wouldn't crush pint after pint because of that. But
though as it warms up, I am getting more booze in the nose.
Yeah.
But that could just because I'm looking for it.
Admittedly, say that this is probably in the 50s. I mean, for temperature. That's kind of where I
kind of like this you can taste everything.
They get too
beer.
cold.
Yep.
It's good. I think it'd be really, really fun to, like, I've never even heard of these guys. I've never.
Yeah.
They're family owned, farm brewed. It says. So the can's nice.
The can is actually really fantastic. I'm gonna give them an A+ for.
Yeah. No, I like it's a bright, like, I like the yellow.
You're not going to miss it if it is distributed in a store.
Well, that, and I think just overall the aesthetic quality of the can speaks to the quality of the beer and the personality of the beer, I guess.
I think one thing I will say is Casey and I were talking about this the other day. We were talking about Imperial IPA versus Double IPA, and they are loosely interchangeable versus almost all breweries across the world. To me, I sort of discern Imperial IPAs to be way more bitter than a Double IPA.
Yes.
And I am getting 83 IBUs worth of bitterness.
Oh, out of this beer,
it drinks
for sure.
pretty bitter and dry.
Well, overall, I found that Double IPAs are there's literally more of everything, whereas Imperial IPAs primarily boost ABV and bitterness without the balance to go with it.
They have 2 acres of hop plants on
their own.
Of their own,
awesome.
Yeah. They have Cascade, Nugget, Chinook, and Centennial.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got the 4 C's there. 4 of them, anyways.
See. Their first operation, Victoria Gastropub, opened in 2007, with a second, Food Plenty, slated to open in 2016. Journey towards brewing beer started in earnest in 2011. I'm trying to figure out
they get a 4.9 star rating on Google reviews. That's really high.
That's
Treehouse
ridiculous.
is 4.9. I looked it up.
Oh, okay. They filed for the license in 2012. So they opened on February 1, 2014.
Okay.
So 2 years old. Full-scale production launched in May 2015, so a year.
Nice. They actually have a Grisette-style farmhouse ale. They have a passion fruit IPA, which sounds awesome, that uses mosaic hops. They also have a hidden hop yard series. That sounds interesting. The beer we're currently drinking, and then Manor Hill IPA that also uses mosaic. So
brown IPA.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They got a little bit of everything.
I kind of want to visit them.
Yeah, this they like. It seems really cool. Like
Farm Fuzz. That's a cool name.
I was looking at that. They have Farm Fuzz and Fuzzed.
Yep. Cool. Definitely cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you, Nikki, for sending us this beer. It's phenomenal. I really like it.
Thank you.
I wonder what the cost is per 4-pack or quad. It does.
Well, the nice thing is, I bet you don't have to wait in line 2 hours to get one.
This was only canned a month ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very fresh.
Yeah. Could see it probably even better, a little fresher, I imagine.
Yeah.
But
but a month, like, that's
still drinking
solid.
really good.
Especially for it being sent to us.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Well, and I've sat on it for about a week now. So
jeez.
I know. Well, we didn't have a chance to record.
That's not a complaint. That's a wow. That's just awesome.
Where do you guys want to move next?
Well, I think where we want to move next. But I don't know if we should move there next or if we should do the other one. It's up to you. It's your call.
Let's go metal.
All right.
Let's go metal.
Did you
We're going to go a little further east, and we're actually going to head out to Boston, Massachusetts. And this beer was actually sent to me by a viewer. It's actually in trade by Mr. Matthew Cox. Thank you, sir, so much. He kindly just went and picked up a bunch of Trillium, said, "Do you want Trillium?" Said, "Send me stuff later," because you know how toppling is really the eye of the tiger here in the Midwest for stuff to send out.
I'm waiting for that
double dry
hop Sue.
Yep, I was hoping to check Casanova later today.
They didn't have any yesterday.
Okay, well sometimes I get Saturday deliveries. So this is metal. This is Trillium, one of Trillium's many double IPAs. This is their first anniversary beer that showcases the dry hop treatment of Amarillo and Citra hops. It also uses Columbus, I assume, for bittering. Clocks in at 8.4% alcohol by volume. They don't mention IBUs. I have no idea. They use American two-row barley, Valley Danko rye barley, Valley triticale. Don't know what that is. Some sort of malt. Valley wheat, dextrin, and dextrose. So pretty complex malt bill, I think. But
yeah,
they talk about here. Let's get it going. Talk about aromas of peach, nectarine, fusion of grape juice and candied citrus.
So I have always been a proponent for spicy grains mixed with fruity hops and fruit flavors overall.
Agreed. And there is a 750 here, so feel free to
take a bit.
Yeah. I'm kind of pouring to the brim here. Here you go, good sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So have you had this before?
No, I've never had metal. It comes to me highly regarded. I actually have heavy metal at home, which is the even bigger version of this beer. But holy shit. That haze dough.
Can I get the bottle when you're done just so I can snap a pic and make sure I untap these later?
Good call.
Thank you.
That haze dough.
It's actually not really even much hazier in the beer prior, I don't think.
What is that aroma? Have you smelled it yet?
Yeah. I love it. There's definitely Citra coming through, I'll say that. There's some peach. There's apricot.
It smells juicy.
Yeah, they pride themselves on that. Yeah, so they say here they talk about white wine, grassy hop, mellow bitterness,
grassy,
dry finish.
I think I'm smelling the grassy quality.
This was bottled on May 5th.
Okay,
so just under 20 days.
Yeah, so about a month.
About 20. Yeah, not even. Yeah,
not
23.
Even, yeah.
3 weeks old.
This is good radio, guys. Yeah, so aroma-wise,
you get some of that spicy rye character.
Yeah.
You get that dankness.
The rye is throwing me. Because looking at it, I don't expect rye. But there's rye spice in the aroma, and then tasting it, all that lingers on my palate is rye.
I don't get all rye.
Oh, I get a
dank, grassy Columbus.
After everything else is gone, I just have rye sitting on my palate right now.
Yeah, prickly.
Yep.
One thing I will say about Trillium is they do tend to. They're not just juice bombs. They tend to integrate dankness and resin character from Columbus in their bittering hops. And that's why a lot of people like these guys over Treehouse, because they're not just so damn juicy.
Okay. This is a different type of beast altogether. I don't even know where to start, personally. I get a lot of that rye and some floral, grassy hop aromas coming through. Tasting it, it's got a really juicy feel to the mouth.
Yep.
But it doesn't have that overwhelming juicy flavor.
It's not a gusher.
With it.
No, because it's balanced out by the bitter dank quality.
It's very and it's such a unique combination. I have not experienced it before. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
This is your first real New England sober experience.
The sober experience is the key. Is the key there.
This admittedly is not my favorite Trillium beer. I mean, it's definitely up there. The problem is they're all great. This one in their anniversary beers have been a little different. This one introducing the triticale and rye.
There's a lot going on in this beer.
It's very complex for a double IPA.
Just a lot going on. Not a bad thing. Just
no.
It would take more than one sitting to finally
to dive through this beer.
Claw my way through what all this has.
No, this is why you share these, because there's no way you're gonna do it.
I do get more of that.
I like the mouthfeel. It has that soft. Actually,
bitterness.
these both did. They had like a soft bitterness. Yeah. It wasn't like so West Coast, and we'll dive into this a little bit. Actually, we might as well do it now.
Citra right now on the nose is very pineapple mango forward to me.
Oh wow!
It just jumps now. The juice just pops.
See, I'm still getting this rye bready kind of quality.
I don't I pick up on the rye at the end, but it's
It
all
ebbs
fruit.
it
It's
ebbs
fruit
and
at forward.
flows.
Yeah.
So we're diving really hard into East Coast styles, and if I remember right, Double Dog is more West Coast.
I believe.
I don't remember.
Or is that more like mid coast? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had Double Dog. Anyway, so West Coast styles, it's a harsher bitterness. Like it focuses on hop bitterness and hop flavors. East Coast style, it softens that with the malt bill and the yeast profile.
It lends more towards a balance.
Well, and like I've heard a lot of complaints lately about East Coast style IPAs, how they're too yeasty.
They're too hazy. People hate it.
See, the complaint I've heard is about like there's a like
they're unfiltered.
There's too much yeast in them.
Agreed.
And I don't get a huge yeasty character out of this. It's more the malt bill that's softening it, I feel like.
I think this is beyond pleasant. If this was available on shelves, I'd buy it every day. That's just me though. Like
I don't think I would. This isn't my favorite beer, and it's not that I think it's bad. It's just there are certain qualities and combinations that they're not quite
they don't jive with your palate.
Yeah, no, that would have to be the easiest way to put it.
Have you had Nelson from Green Flash?
Yes.
That's another rye double IPA that I think a lot of people either love or hate.
Yeah, I think
rye just throws everyone.
Yeah, the rye, it has me torn because I love the nose on this beer. It smells great. The initial taste is phenomenal, but I don't like the back end. I don't like the aftertaste of this beer.
See, I think the reason I do is because it's different. Because it doesn't just finish dry and boring and bland, or bready, or caramely, or sweet. It finishes with something you don't expect. And I think that's what separates like an anniversary beer from everything they do differently. The thing that should be known as pretty much all Treehouse and Trillium do are IPAs.
Well, part of the problem with this beer for me is that there are too many contradictive qualities about it. Like it's got this almost savory kind of malt bill taste to it, but it's also very juicy. And it's got these high-end quality hops, but it also, I don't know. The aroma doesn't match the taste.
I can see that.
The texture doesn't match the flavor. I'm not saying that these are bad qualities, but they're contradictive, and it's almost kind of it doesn't.
Miles, you can hate the beer. This is a safe place. This is a safe place. No, I know. I know exactly what you're saying.
What I'm saying is it's a quality beer because obviously they're doing right things. I'm just not the personal fan, or I'm not personally a fan.
And that's the great thing about beer, in my opinion, is
everyone's opinion. There's a place for it.
Yeah, and
I know a guy on the West Coast who fucking hates Trillium and Treehouse. Hates it. Hates the haze. Hates the juice. He just wants.
Yeah.
He wants balanced bitter beers that have flavor, and he doesn't want anything. He just wants a straight shooter of a beer. They're not for everyone, and they're not all like this. They don't have the rye.
Yes, the rye throws this beer.
This is a rebrew of an anniversary beer.
Okay.
So in every anniversary beer, such like the third one dialed in, uses Nelson Galaxy and Sauvignon Blanc grape juice. So think of where that might send you.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a if you go visit a Surly anniversary beer, you're gonna be perplexed. You might love one, you might fucking hate one.
Oh.
So I think I probably admittedly picked a poor one to bring to you.
No, it's fine.
Because I love it.
No, it's a good beer, and I really enjoy what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want another glass of it? Is like right now? No,
nope.
I don't. The one I have
right now though.
What?
After this, do I want a glass of anything right now?
Yeah,
because I'm like bittered out already.
Yep.
Too many IPAs.
Well, and we have one more. And we're doing double IPAs, but before we get to that, I want to talk about the BJCP style double IPA.
Yeah, why don't we get into that a little bit here?
Yeah,
so we can kind of have a basis.
Yeah. All right. So, category 22A in the BJCP style guidelines. And so overall impressions: an intensely hoppy, fairly strong pale ale, without the big, rich, complex maltiness and residual sweetness and body of an American barley wine. So basically a less malty barley wine is what they're saying here.
Okay.
So you take the hop bill that you would put in a barley, because if you're going to do an American barley wine, you're going to hop the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Drinkability is an important characteristic. This should not be a heavy sipping beer. This should be a drinking beer. They don't say that, but I added that.
Okay.
Aroma, prominent to intense hop aroma that typically showcases American or New World hop characteristics, citrus, floral, pine, resinous, spicy, tropical fruit, etc. Most versions are dry hopped and can have additional resinous or grassy aromas, although this is not absolutely required. Appearance color ranges from golden to light orange copper. Most modern versions are fairly pale. Good clarity, although unfiltered dry hop versions may be a bit hazy. Moderate sized, persistent, white to off-white head. Hop flavor is strong and complex and can reflect the characteristics of modern American and New World hop varieties. High to absurdly high hop bitterness. Yeah, they have absurdly high.
No, that's probably a good thing, because there are some examples.
Well, is this the version of the BJCP where they redefined the IPA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Miles, if you hate that, by the way, I will drink the rest of it.
I don't hate it.
No, I'm just saying I will.
Oh,
I like
mouthfeel, medium light to medium body with a smooth texture. Medium to medium high carbonation, no harsh hop-derived astringency, which I feel like some fail on that. So like commercial examples, they fail on the
Stone.
Yep. Yeah. So
some
that's
Shirley beers lately.
They're gonna come in between 7.5% and 10% ABV. Some a little higher, some a little
Sam
lower.
Adams Rebel Raw was 10%. It was like drinking fusel hoppy vodka.
Your SRM is going to be 6 to 14. IBUs 60 to 120.
Jesus.
Some commercial examples: Avery Maharaja, Fatheads Hop Juju.
I've had that. That's fucking great.
Firestone Walker Double Jack.
Good.
Yep.
Port Brewing Hop 15.
Haven't had it.
Russian River Pliny.
Of course. That's a banger.
Yep. Stone Ruination.
Good.
Three Floyds Dreadnought.
Awesome.
Man, I want some more Pliny.
I also miss Dreadnought.
It's not often I get an examples list from the BJCP where I've had that many that they reference.
I think I've had everyone but the Port Brewing.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. We're all hop heads in this room.
Oh yeah.
Like
absolute.
I mean, this guy's pretty much mainlining this beer
irredeemable.
Right now.
Dude, there's some crazy like mango smoothie notes I'm getting. I don't know, mango orange sorbet, mango smoothie notes. I fucking love it.
It smells so East Coast. It's great.
Sorry if you don't like it. I fucking am digging it.
It's almost like a citrusy bread pudding kind of aroma.
Well, yeah. So you mentioned, Eric, earlier the difference that there's IIPA, like Imperial IPA, and then double IPA.
Yep.
What, in your opinion, is the difference between those?
Bitterness and alcohol. And the way they're covered up.
So wait, which one has the bitterness?
See, I think Imperial just is like a zero fucks given movement where you just
double the malt bill and
not necessarily. Sure, up your alcohol with sugars. Hop the hell out of it in the kettle ahead of time, and you're focusing really on just like a bitter, full blown, almost American strong ale barley wine. Okay. And then a double IPA feels like a more refined step back where it's more careful selection of how you use the ingredients. Does that make sense? Like the way we're brewing a beer upstairs right now.
Balanced.
Right. We're going for a more balanced, soft, pillowy bitterness. We're looking for juicy characteristics of the hops. Whereas an Imperial IPA is like a let's fucking kill their palate beer. Okay. That's how I feel.
Miles?
Well, overall, my take has always been a double IPA tries to put two beers into one glass in all of that means. So it's going to be maltier, it's going to be hoppier, it's going to be more bitter but more sweet at the same time, more alcoholic and whatnot. But the Imperial is more about just giving you higher alcohol and an unbalanced bitter. Okay. It's going to be more of that just harsh grating punch to the face bitter.
All right.
And that I might have that backwards. I can never remember, but that is the difference between the two that I've always kind of seen or experienced.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. And then we've been talking about like East Coast, West Coast. So there's like in my experience, there's three different I take that back. There's four different distinct styles of IPA IPAs and double IPAs. You have West Coast, I guess what some people call no coast or the Midwest style.
Right, the in between in the country.
Yep. And then you have the East Coast style, and then you have the English style.
Right.
So West Coast for me is very hop forward,
piney bitter,
like
grapefruit peel.
Yep.
Dry as fuck.
Yeah.
Like straight up, just bone dry.
Yep. Which personally is my favorite style. Like,
really?
I gravitate towards West Coast.
See, I'm a blind pig guy over Pliny, and a lot of people give me shit for it, but it's not as dry to me.
Blind Pig is an amazing beer,
yeah, I think
but I'll take Pliny over Blind Pig any day.
I've never had them on tap. You have.
Yeah.
It's a different case, I've heard.
Yeah, it is.
I've heard Pliny on tap is tits.
Pliny on tap,
to quote.
I could have died that day and been happy.
I've heard it's just.
I mean, I also did a flight of 18, but
nothing wrong with that, man. I'm looking up there at your like shelf of fame, if you will, and there's Pseudo Sue, Pliny the Elder, Blind Pig, and then a fucking can of green, and you know where my mind is staring. I'm so angry, but I've got this metal in my glass, which I'm enjoying.
Yeah. So, and then you have the Central Coast double IPAs,
right,
which are balanced.
Like Moon Man, which is a pale ale.
Yeah, that's a pale ale.
It's hopped like an IPA.
Well, no, I'm even thinking like some of TG stuff falls in there, where you have the balance.
Zealander, Lightspeed.
Yep. You have a balance between the hop flavor and the malt bill, where they're melded together in such a way that you're not overwhelmed.
Right.
Which is great for like
everyday drinkers.
Everyday drinkers.
I think Toppling Goliath does a admirable job at not offending any palates, but also catering to the geeky palate.
Yeah.
And some beers definitely do so better than others, but like if you go pick up a bottle of Zealander, Lightspeed, Pompeii, any of those, they're 5.5% generally. They're just hopped differently, and they're all freaking amazing.
Did you do a video on the Soulander?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I gave it like a 92.
Because that beer was great.
Yeah, it got better as it warmed up.
Yeah, it did.
I served that beer admittedly a little too cold, and Equinox is not one of my favorite hops when it's featured.
Yeah,
it's a great hop to use in conjunction with.
It was the first time
Soul Hunter
really
has got the best label ever.
Oh yeah, it's on my fridge. Yeah,
nice.
Oh, also TG Beer's best stickers.
Yeah, I haven't tried a Trillium one, but I like to keep I don't know if I even keep my Trillium bottles. I don't.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that later. All right, and then you have the new, I guess, quote unquote, new East Coast style, but Heady Topper has been around for
10 years.
10 years. Yeah, and that's
Heady was really the first on the block that got really popular really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were others, but Hill Farmstead, Alchemist, Trillium, Treehouse. Who's the other one now? Now there's some in Virginia called Aslan.
Is this just a list of your favorite breweries?
No, we're talking
we're talking about East Coast style India Pale Ale.
No, I know, but it still sounds like a list of your favorite.
Yeah, no, it pretty much is.
Pretty much is.
This guy, he's East Coast through and through.
I should
pretty soon he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm walking over here.
I should move to Boston."
Okay, that was not a good Boston.
No, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
I don't know, but seriously, that's the issue. Is that I like juice. I like juice in my glass, and although I should say, a good friend of mine who lives out in San Diego used to, or still does, gets all his Treehouse delivered like within a week of any release, and he's finding himself even bored of the New England style, and he's going back to like the staples like the Sculpin and the Pliny, and like those West Coast bangers.
And I think that's the key. Like the key underlying thing under this is variety. You can't drink the same style of beer over and over and over. And the fact that we have 3 such distinct styles in the U.S. and then we have the we have the English double IPA,
right,
which doesn't necessarily fit into the American strong ale category, but I want to talk about it because it's a double IPA, and where
there aren't many out there.
It's malty and earthy,
right,
and you get
Fuggles on Fleek.
Yeah,
that is
Fuggles and EKG through and through.
You like that?
I do.
There's nothing wrong.
There
with
is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
There time and a place for me.
I
like
love a good English beer.
That's like after having gravy and sausage.
It speaks to me when I get that spicy, earthy, kind of qualities coming through.
That's cool,
you can
though.
Taste the
You're resonating with that. I'm
It's,
resonating with this, and Casey's kind of resonating with the West Coast.
Yeah, I do love me some West Coast beers.
It's really cool how like tastes and preferences. I want to try that Flying Dog though. I'm like ready for that. Miles, that admittedly was a beer that kind of brought us together.
It was quite a while ago.
Raging Bitch?
No, this is Double Dog.
Double Dog.
Okay. Raging Bitch is another one that.
Oh, see, for me, it's In Heat Wheat all the way from Flying Dog. I love that beer.
I phase in and out of my love for wheat beers.
Oh, me too. But the banana note on that one is on point.
What was it? Imperial Weizen from New Glarus?
Bavarian Hefeweizens for a while were my favorite style, and now wheat beers are meh at the moment.
Still not a fan of Belgians. Can't help that. I'm sorry, guys.
What did I have the other day that was extremely Belgian? I don't remember what, but I was like, meh. No thanks. Unless it's Goose or Lambic.
All right, hang on. No, I want to open this with my Flying Dog bottle opener.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
Shit.
This was sent to us by a listener, Dale Littlejohn. He also sent us a 4-pack of Flying Dog goblets.
Vanasse.
And Casey, where did we get this Flying Dog today?
We got this at Divine.
Divine
Liquors here in River Falls. If you're going to come to this area,
it's the liquor store to go to.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
They're fantastic. They're still kind of that hidden gem.
All right.
Where if you know something amazing is coming out, they will get it, but they will not be sold out in 45 minutes.
First thing I noticed pouring this beer, we are at a different color than we have been. The other ones have been in like that pale straw yellow.
This is on the dark copper end they keep talking about.
I hate to say it, and this is just me, it smells like it too. But
I also don't know what the bottle date is on this.
It doesn't matter. Not really. When you're at 11.5% alcohol, bottle date sort of doesn't matter.
I'll take a look. I'm still behind.
Yeah, so this is definitely on the higher end. So it's dark copper.
Alcohol legs are present.
Yeah.
Woo. I actually don't know much about this beer. Has anyone pulled it up?
I have it up. Oh, shit.
That.
God damn it. So I pulled up the Beer Advocate page, but it didn't have the description. So I got to go to the Flying.
They never do.
Son of a gun.
What?
We were doing so well here, too.
I know. Beers. Is this a year-round or a seasonal?
I think it's year-round.
I think it's year-round. I think
What is it called again? Double
Dog Double IPA.
All right. They don't have a description on here for it.
No way.
They don't.
That's some bullshit.
All right. Alcohol by volume, 11.5%. Availability, limited distribution. Though Flying Dog's everywhere.
Malts,
you guys should be able to.
Light caramel hops, Columbus, Warrior, and Cascade. So Miles, this should really be up here.
85 IBUs.
Wow.
Food pairings. This is a big beer that calls for equally big foods. Flavor notes: citrus hops with sweet malt and subtle alcohol burn, like a kiss on the cheek. Pairs with extra sharp aged cheddar and stinky blue cheese. Smoked brisket.
I was going to say blue cheese.
Said it was right up your alley.
Foods and chili or cayenne pepper. Earthy desserts like carrot cake.
I'd have to say
notable notes for $1,000. Originally a Wild Dog release commemorating our 10th anniversary. Double Dog Pale Ale became here to stay in 2009. Could you control such a beast? Flying Dog. Every time we have a Flying Dog beer on the show, I have to comment on the label design.
It's always good.
It's gonzo as fuck.
It also looks like a Walking Dead comic almost with like, I think it's Raging Bitch where they're like splitting a dog in half.
Yeah.
It's got friggin'
admittedly, this does pour out like this crazy copper amber ale looking.
Ooh.
I get a lot of alcohol in the nose.
Oh yeah, no, it's super boozy.
Damn near 12%.
Yeah, it's 11.5%. You're not gonna hide that.
Caramel sweetness. I get a little bit of subtle like floral, grassy hops.
But see, for me, if I had to classify this, and
barley wine to me.
If I had to classify this into the four distinct categories of double IPAs that we just talked about. 5? No, there's 4.
Okay, 4. Keep going.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna say it's No Coast. It's Central America or Middle America.
More English than anything.
You think
just
so?
Using American hops, yeah. That is like the big. That's a malt.
See, I feel like
OMB.
I don't know. I get a balanced bitterness out of this. Like,
I think the bitterness is there, but
the alcohol sweetness,
sweet.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's malt or booze that's making it sweeter.
Well, what's interesting is that it's both at the same time without either of them actually canceling each other out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that you don't actually have a balance, you just have both spectrums.
It's
at
just
the same
detectable.
time.
I honestly, this to me is a barley wine. This is an English hybrid American barley wine.
No, see, but we just talked about that in the guidelines.
Yep.
It's basically a double IPA is a hoppy, light drinking barley wine.
We're done boiling.
Okay. Like that's what it is in the so basically
I get it. I get it.
Residual sweetness and body of an American barley wine. So
totally, you get that syrupy, almost alcohol character. It's nice.
Not as sweet for me as a barley wine typically is.
Oh, definitely not. You're right. Yeah. Totally. It's like I said, it's like a hybrid. It's hinting that way, but it's good.
And I feel like this fits. This fits
coast
the BJ.
Sure.
Yeah, this fits no coast. If they had used English hops, I could say this is an English IPA or double IPA.
I detect a ton of fusel vodka-y alcohol in the nose. I don't know why.
Wrong.
No, he's not wrong. It's just he's sensitive to it right now because he's a little bitch. I mean, what?
Seriously though, I get that. I get I don't know.
Well, and I hope you guys stay tuned because after we start cooling, we're going to be doing an Imperial Stout show.
Are we just gonna carry it all in one?
I was gonna stop it. And
that's cool too.
Because we got to go start chilling.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, so I don't know. I want to say we should try to talk about which one we enjoyed
the most.
Yeah, let's just talk about which one we enjoyed the most.
It's gonna boil 70 minutes, 75. Who cares?
Oh no,
it's gonna improve by.
All right, yeah. So Miles, we'll start with you. Which one of these did you like the most?
Double Dog.
Double Dog.
Double Dog, hands down. It's just, it kind of has the qualities that I tend to lead towards. It's got that medium level of dryness. It's not too juicy, but I'm not going from a dry tongue after I'm done. It's got a decent amount of sweetness, but it has that higher levels of bitterness with ultimately speaking, more of a balanced nature than many of the more extreme beers out there.
Okay.
That's me. What was your worst of the day? It's okay. Don't worry. I don't care.
Metal.
It's fine.
Metal was my least favorite. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just my least favorite.
Don't worry about offending me. It's fine. I don't give a shit.
Oh, all right. I'll go next. I always go last, so I might as well go next. I'm going to go with Citrus Splendor. I liked this beer the best. I'm not gonna lie. It had the right juice quotient with like there was something in the.
That's a good word.
What?
Quotient is a good word.
Yeah. And the metal, the rye threw me. Like I loved the nose. Mm-hmm. I loved the initial taste, but that lingering rye threw me on the metal. But yeah, no, Citrus Splendor hands down. Double Dog is probably my least favorite of the day. It's an IPA style that I normally gravitate towards, but I don't know. It's not solventy. It's just the more the booze comes out. But 11.5% is too high for a double IPA, in my opinion. Like then you're treading on triple.
10 is the fine line for me.
Yep. Yeah, you're treading on triple IPA waters, and I really haven't met a triple IPA that I've really enjoyed. I mean, some people classify Pliny as a triple.
Not even close.
But no,
not even close.
Younger maybe.
Younger maybe.
I've never had
Actually,
younger.
Is considered generally by most a triple.
Yeah,
you're right.
But I've never had younger, so I can't really.
We should probably do that.
That would be an amazing
trip.
A
6-hour line. Fuck that.
No, but you'd bring a 6-pack, and can you do that?
Pack. Yeah.
I'll say this.
I know it's in Santa Rosa, California, man. Like,
I agree with you that the 11.5% is unnecessary, but it doesn't exactly drink like it's that much.
No, it doesn't. And I like Flying Dog, and I like all their beers. The problem is, all the beers that we've had today are fucking great. I'm not gonna lie, I've enjoyed every beer that we've poured
differently.
Yeah,
different parts of the palate start to light up.
And so, when we're talking about which beer we liked the best and which beer we didn't really care for,
all subjective.
It's all subjective. It's all personal.
I think it goes without saying which one I liked the most.
Yeah, you liked Metal.
I liked Metal simply for the reason that it. I've been drinking all IPA for the last year.
That's about it.
That's all I drink nowadays, and it was really really nice to have the rye for me.
To have something different.
Yeah, and then I think I would pick the Citrus Blender. That was nice. That was unexpected. That was a nice surprise.
That was unexpectedly good.
I
want more.
I don't necessarily. Yeah, you should start trading with her. But I don't dislike this beer. But to me, I'm so used to Minnesota beers gravitating this way.
Oh yeah,
those two ways, and I've sort of grown
bitter.
Say bitter, nice pun. Bitter towards those malt forward, alcohol forward styles.
How come he gets to have a good pun for the day and I don't?
Because your pun sucked.
Mine
pretty
was
much
awesome.
But I guess just for me, this isn't
talk about
bad. I want somebody to truly master an English double IPA in a sense where you take noble and English hops and you make this Stone 17. They did a German double IPA with all German ingredients and German hops, and then they brewed it in West Coast fashion. It was fucking great. So do that with an English beer.
All right, so I'm not just saying this because it's my local, but you know who could crush that beer? Pitchfork. That is it's right up their wheelhouse, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He does all those German beers and
do it. All right, let's go. Let's go chill some beer, and we'll come back.
I guess one of my last comments, real quick, was with this blender. I would have put that in second place too, which I think gives it an overall win between these three beers, because it had a first, second, and second.
No, honestly, there's not a bad beer on the table.
Nope.
No, there really
throw
isn't.
it out there.
Different strokes, different folks.
But Splendor
that finished straight up like booze to me, and that's what kills me. I feel drunk after it.
I'm gonna say this. All of us came in not knowing the name Manor Hill.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, true.
And
Miles didn't know Trillium at all.
And Miles didn't know Trillium. I had never had Trillium. I've heard of Trillium.
Yeah.
We all knew Flying Dog coming in.
Yep. But we'd been so far removed from this particular beer.
Yeah. So I mean, we all came at these with pretty fresh palates and ideas of we didn't really have any idea what we were gonna taste.
Yeah.
And they're all really good beers. Mm-hmm. So I want to leave on that note.
I don't think there's a loser. If you went into a liquor store, in Boston, you can buy this on the shelf. I bet in the East Coast you could probably find that, and that you can definitely find. As far as is it Pennsylvania they're in? And they're near.
No, they're near Baltimore.
Yeah,
Maryland.
Derek has
Maryland.
They're in Maryland. So we had two Maryland beers.
So you can get all these, and I think, like I said, different strokes, different folks. Everyone's going to be able to walk into a store on the East Coast if they're listening and buy one of these and be blown away in their own regard. So that's what's important.
West Coast folks, I'm sorry, you can probably get Flying Dog. I'm sure you can.
You can trade plenty for Trillium any day of the week.
Can I trade TG for Pliny? Because I'd do that any day.
You sure can. I'll hook you up with somebody.
All right, sounds good.
Cheers.
All right. Well, guys, my outro music is on the other computer, which Eric is using to stream right now. So, I just want to just let you guys know, if you have any questions, comments, show ideas, or what have you, guys can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/blindnewsstudios. Follow us on Twitter at blind_ninja. Or if you guys want to send us an old-fashioned email, go ahead and shoot us an email at feedback@blindninjastudios.com. If you want to send us a beer package, our address is on our website at contact, or shoot us an email or get a hold of us at any other things, and we'll get that to you and we will review. And we've been known to send out care packages back. So Nikki, you need to get in contact with me and send me your contact information, because we have some TG for you.
I'm not going to lie. You are much more smooth with your outro with the music.
I know I am, because I don't get distracted. It's fine. It's your fault. I'm going to fix it for the next live stream, which is going to happen in about an hour, guys. So,
cheers to everyone.
See ya.
Cheers.
I think it's so much fun to argue about beer, by the way.